What's up, everybody? Today we're going to take a pause from the NFL predictions. I'm going to give my prediction on who I think will win the 2022 NBA championship. There are a few teams that I think are legitimate contenders, and we will take a deep dive into the playoff bracket and see who, in my opinion, will come out on top. Before we start, I'm currently making this video script a few days after the first round has ended, except for the Grizzlies and Timberwolves series. So I've watched all the teams play already, which might be cheating, but honestly, who cares? With that being said, after watching the first round games, I have a good idea of who I believe can realistically contend for a title. I currently have 5 teams: Celtics, Warriors, Suns, Heat, and Bucks. Let's start with the Milwaukee Bucks. They obviously won the title last year, and they come into these playoffs with a mostly healthy team besides Chris Middleton, who's going to be out for the series against the Celtics. They have a league MVP finalist in Giannis, who proved that he can play big in clutch moments when he averaged 35, 13, and 5 in the finals last year, including a 50-point masterpiece in the closing Game 6. The road to the finals will be a bit tough. While their first-round matchup wasn't too difficult against the Bulls, they'll have a second-round matchup against the Celtics, and then they would have to defeat the Heat or 76ers to make it back to the finals. But with a healthy Giannis and Holiday, they can for sure make a run. Next, the Miami Heat. The Heat have seen a lot of playoff success in recent years. They made the finals in 2020, and they had the best record in the East this year at 53-29. They also have a great leader in Jimmy Butler, who dropped an efficient 45 points in Game 1 of that series against Atlanta. They also have one of the deepest benches in the league, which is huge in playoff basketball. The road is tough, but not as bad as other teams. They already beat the Hawks, obviously, 4-1, and they'll match up against Philly, which is a very even matchup since the Heat split 2-2 with them in the regular season. And if they win that matchup, they'll most likely play against Boston or Milwaukee in the Eastern Conference Finals. Look out for the Heat to be a sneaky pick for the NBA Finals. Next, the Suns. Suns made the finals last season and carried that momentum into this season as they dominated the league with a league-best record of 64-18. They have a great leader in CP3 and a great scorer in D-Book. CP3 obviously 14 for 14 last night in that win over the New Orleans Pelicans. Huge game. In my opinion, the Suns are the most complete team in the current playoffs. The road to the finals after New Orleans is Dallas, which in my opinion they are considerably better than. And after that, it would be the Warriors or Grizzlies or Timberwolves. Now, if it is the Warriors, that would be must-see TV with that Phoenix and that Phoenix team and CP3 especially hungry for that championship. And they definitely have a squad to do it, as long as Scott Foster isn't reffing any of the games. Next, the Warriors. The Warriors are back to their playoff shenanigans after a 2-year hiatus. After watching this Warriors team in the first series against Denver, they look about as lethal as ever. The Warriors finished the regular season with a record of 53-29, led by, of course, Steph Curry and the budding star in Jordan Poole, as well as Klay Thompson. Jordan Poole has kicked it into another gear this season and has been a pleasant surprise after averaging 12 points per game last year, up to almost 19 this season. He's been great in the playoffs so far. And in my personal opinion, you cannot count out a healthy Warriors team, and this team is the healthiest they've been since 2019 when they made the finals against the Raptors. The road to the finals is not too bad. They beat an injured Denver team in the first round, and most likely they will face a young but talented but also inexperienced Grizzlies team in the second round. Then, in my opinion, it'll most likely be the Suns in the Western Conference Finals, which, as I mentioned before, would be must-see TV. The Warriors look as lethal than ever, in my opinion, as I already mentioned, and we all learned that you can never count this team out, except, of course, for that one time in 2016, but we're past that, right? And finally, the Boston Celtics. The Celtics looked like they were in line for another disappointing season, but they turned it up huge in the second half of the year and finished with a 24-6 record and managed to grab the 2 seed in the East with a record of 51-31. This was behind the great play of JT, Rob Williams, Jaylen Brown, and the Defensive Player of the Year, Marcus Smart. This Celtics team is the hottest in the league, and they looked great in that series against Brooklyn, obviously sweeping them. They have a very tough road to the finals. Obviously, they already swept Brooklyn, and then Milwaukee this next round, and either the Heat or 76ers will be the Eastern Conference Finals if they make it there. The Celtics have a unique position in this playoff field as they have the highest point differential against the league's top teams with a plus 153, which was 100 more than the second place team. team got hot at the right time and they look great. If they can keep it up, there's no reason why they can't make the finals. Okay, so after we took a look at all of my contenders, it's time to make my prediction of who will win the NBA Finals. My team coming out of the West is the Golden State Warriors. I think they'll beat the Suns in 6 or 7 games in the Western Conference Finals. And my team from the East is the Boston Celtics. I think they will go on to face the Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals and win that series in 6 games. And my NBA champion for the 2021-2022 NBA season is the Golden State Warriors. Yes, I think they will come back after a couple-year hiatus and win yet another one. Curry and Clay will pick up yet another chip. I think that combination of healthy talent and finals experience will be just a bit too much in the Celtics, and they'll take it in 7. It'll be a great, close, contested series. But I think the Warriors come out on top again this year. And remember, once again, this is just my opinion, and I'd love to hear who you all think will win this year's finals in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more sports content. Thank you all for watching, and have a great day.